Okay. So I want to do two things for today. One of the things that I want to do is, of course, review a role play that Shane sent me. Um, he was saying, he's ready to be roasted. So we're gonna roast him today over his interview, over his role play that he's had. And
Roast.
the second thing that I want to confirm is are the Q&A times. Now, one thing that I've realized for some of you, you guys prefer a bit later in the day, maybe like 4 p.m. Eastern or something like that. And for some of you, it's like a bit early on. So, I mean, like this time, which is like about 10, is it 10? 7, 8, 9, about 9 a.m. Eastern. Does that work with you guys? Like this time with everyone?
Yeah, for me
Yeah, works
works
works.
perfectly.
Okay. Bilal, what about you?
Yep, this is perfect. We have our Maida and I have our team call at uh, 3 p.m. Pakistan time
Yeah,
every day. So then we always miss the Monday session. So this is perfect.
for sure, for sure. So this is what we can do. We can keep one of the session at the same time as like 9 a.m. Eastern, but we can keep our second session of Q&A to at about like 4 p.m. Eastern. So that would be a bit later in the day. So that way everyone can join in. Because again, we have a couple of people inside the community that have like full-time jobs and they cannot join these sessions this early on. And I want to make sure that we're curating it to everyone that's within the community, right? So what we can do is we can have a one at 4 p.m., the other one at 10 a.m. Another win that we have within the community is of Sahar. So Sahar basically came to us maybe like three months ago, just about that area. 3 months ago, she had a full time job. She still has a full time job. She wanted to make some money remotely. She's a wonderful woman, and I think she made like about close to 1K last month. And she's working part time, right? She has a job. She's working part time. She made like 1K, and she was texting me saying that this month is most likely going to be closer to like 1,500 or 2K. So it's pretty fun seeing people that have like no knowledge about how high ticket selling works, making money, and then seeing people that have been in this space for years and they still cannot fucking crack it. But with that being said, let me share my screen and walk you over the role play. So the setter is Shane, the lead is Joanne. Okay, let's look at the notes first. Would you ask something? Would ask something like what you've been up to these days. I would lead with why he's looking to transition into high ticket. Would ask, okay, okay. So he has given some notes as well. This guy knows that I'm gonna butcher him. Okay, let's go. So it's an outbound. It's a non-follower. It's a Facebook lead. They accepted your friend request. The setter is Shane. The lead is Joanne. Yo, Joanne, glad to be connected with you. That's a real badass German Shepherd you have there. See you're in sales. What industry you in? Great opener. Very personalized to the situation of the person. An element of personality in it, and then straight to a question. Good job, Shane. I would have done something similar. Hey, Shane. Glad to be connected. I've been in the sales for a couple of months, mainly in tech sales. I'm new to the high ticket industry. Okay. So just by reading this line, so let me give you my thought process. One thing that I try to teach you guys is reading between the lines, right? What they actually might mean, and not just what they're saying, right? So in this case, it's like, hey, Shane, glad to be connected. Thank you. His name is Leo. Again, this is just some bullshit for us to just resonate with. This is the main line, which is I've been in the sales for the past couple of months, mainly in tech sales. I'm new to high ticket industry. Now, based on what I understand, after being in the space for 6 years, is high ticket sales is very confusing. It's extremely confusing, right? Like you have phone setting, you have closing, you have CSM, you have DM setting, you have growth operators. Like you have so many things that are happening within the space that as a beginner, if you don't have a coach, it's very difficult to make your way or navigate through the industry, right? So, based on just this message, the fact that he's new to this space, the way that I'm perceiving this is if he's new and if he doesn't have a coach, he's most likely confused a little bit. And that's what I need him to admit. right? So at this point, I would have taken a little bit of a different approach. I would have taken a little bit of a different approach, and I would have kind of nailed down on this, right? I would have resonated, and I would have asked, how is this experience X, Y, Z. I really, but again, this is just resonation. Good job. Cool, you're in tech sales. How's the industry been treating you for those months? How's that industry? Yeah. So we're talking about the tech sales, which is okay, but again, I would just rather focus on this for now. Because again, this is clear confusion. This is my authority. My goal is to help him realize why high ticket sales is the way to go, why it's a good decision, and how I can help him navigate within the space. Right? So rather than asking him something like, how's that industry been treating you? I would have simply asked, I would have resonated in a way that, I'm super glad that you're making that shift to like a high ticket space. Because, I used to do like physical sales back like 6 years ago, and making the shift has been like one of the biggest game changers for me. Although the space is pretty confusing when you initially get in, so I guess like, what are you aiming for? Like, are you aiming for closing, or are you aiming for like setting? Like, what are you doing? Right? So again, I would have nailed down with this what he's doing, how it's working out, what's wrong. I'm new to the height. Again, as I usually say, he's new to the industry. How long you've been here? How's the industry been treating you? What are you focusing on? Do you have a job or you don't have a job? How are you typically finding job on Facebook offers? Bada bada boom, pattern interrupt, book the call. Same thing. Cool, you're in tech sales. How's that industry been treating you so far? Golden retrievers, we're still talking about the dogs. Tech sales is tough. Very long sales cycles. Typically takes a few months to get sales. You need a lot of patience. Man, I hear you. Tech sales can be tough. Okay, so now this is what I mean, right? I have no shit clue what makes tech sales tough. Like, I understand the cycles are very long. That's what he said. But what causes the cycle to be long? Right? So I would have said something like, I'm not in tech sales, but like what causes the cycles to be long? Like, are the packages like 200K, 300K? That's why it takes months to get a sale? Or like, what causes the prolongment of from selling someone to getting a sale? Right? Again, what's if something doesn't make sense to you, you talk about it, right? And if I created a rough framework here of how the conversation could have looked like, let me just do this text, right? So I would have asked about, okay, let me just put this here. What prolongs the cycle, right? He would have said, it's because the ticket price is higher, right? So I would have said, oh, so I mean, if the ticket price is higher, you get like a lot of commission. Like what's the ticket price, right? Let's go with that. What's the ticket price? He would have said maybe like 50K or like 200K, right? And I would have said, okay, and it takes a couple of months to get there. I would have said yes. I would have figured out how much commission he gets, right? Because if he's getting like 10% on 100K, and he's getting like a month to make a sale, it's taking him like a month to make a sale. He's making like 10K a month. It doesn't logically make sense to shift into another industry if he's already doing so good, right? So I would have charged on that, or like, bro, you're making like 10K a month, right? Even if the cycle is prolonged, like people in this space don't even make that much. Some of them make like 4K a month. So like, why leave this and doing something else? Oh, I want more freedom. Boom, nail down that, right? But I would have talked about how much commissions he's making. But if he said something like, I'm getting like one person on 100K and it takes like months to make a sale, I would have over exaggerated. That's something I teach you, like over exaggerate. And be like, bro, one person 100K. So you make like about 1K per sale and it takes you like multiple months. You would have like, yes. I'm like, that's insane, bro. Because people make like 1K on a 10K package on 10% commission as a closer within this space. Right? He would have said, you know what he would have said at this point? Yes, exactly, bro. That's the exact reason I'm joining this space. Guess what? Then you talk about how that shift is looking like, what he's doing to find a job, how long he's been looking for a job, what's been the biggest challenge for him. And then what do? Again, You ask about what he's currently doing, you would be like, do you see the pattern? You're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Boom. Simple. Right? So again, whatever doesn't make sense to you logically, just nail down and kind of get an idea on what he's doing wrong. So very long sales cycle. I would have asked why. How many sellers are on this offer with you? Now he's in sales. I don't think so. He specifically said that he's a setter. So I don't know where that setter is coming from. Right? Again, I don't have the clarity based on this role play if this guy is a closer or a phone setter. But anyway, I do understand the question though. You're assuming that he's a setter. How many setters are on this offer with you? There are 10 SDRs on my offer. It's a really big tech company. Oh, it's a big tech company. Oh, it is a big tech company. How much revenue they pull in monthly? We're looking more on quarterly numbers, but on average they're pulling 75K a month. Our top rep is generating over 100K a month. Wait, what? On average, others are pulling in. Okay. So per setter, they're doing about 75K a month. The top setter is generating about 100K a month. Pretty cool. So I mean, I would have done some quick maths, right? So 10. I don't know. Let's do some quick maths. So if you have 10 people, right, all of them are bringing in like 75,000. How much is that? Oh, that was stupid. Of course, it's okay. Yeah, it's 850K. So close to a million, right? So they're making close to a million a month. He's working with an offer that's making close to a million a month, right? So again, it's a massive company. For me, again, logically does not make sense why he's making the shift. What's the commission? What's the commission? We talked about we have a base salary bonus based on hitting KPIs and very small percentage of revenue. Less than 1%. Okay, brother, it's clear. Yeah, I would have again over exaggerate, man. I mean, like what sort of like what sort of base are you getting per month? Oh, it's 2K. Oh, okay. And like how much commission are you making per month? Oh, it's like about 200 or 400 or 700 or like 1K. Again, this entire conversation could have been made like 10x shorter if we had just gone with this. It doesn't make sense. You ask why it's prolonged, and then he would have given you all this information by himself, and then at one point you just book a call with them. Okay, brother, it's clear that you have dedication, but the average setter pulls in, but the average setter pulls in 75K on a month. So based on your personal experience, why do you think you're not in the same? Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you the biggest thing which is happening with this role play. Your focus should have been this. What the fuck? Okay. This should have been your focus throughout the entire conversation. His shift towards the high ticket space and what's confusing him the most. That should have been like 90% of the conversation, but we took like the entire conversation was around the sales space. This is what was our main focus within this entire conversation, right? It's almost like I want to take my ecom brand to making 50K a month, right? Let's say you're on an ecom offer. The guy says my goal is to make like 50K a month with my brand. And let's say they have a job as well, right? So they say, oh, I'm on a job, but my goal is to make like 50K a month with my brand. Now, you're not going to focus on their job for the entire conversation. Your goal is to figure out why that 50K a month, what challenges they have with that, and why it's important for them to make that shift. But you spend the entire time just talking about the job itself, aka the tech sales, when your goal was to figure out what he's doing, what he's not doing, pattern interrupt him, tell him, like, hey, you're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result each time. That's what Einstein called insanity. Boom, get them booked in for a sales call. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense a lot.
Gotcha. Do you have any questions based on what I mentioned?
So it's just I'm still kind of letting it soak in actually. So
I hear you, man.
Um,
Again, in the simplest forms, Shane, if we look at the perspective of like intent-based setting, right? Which is current, goals, challenges, aha moment, 2 to 3 layers deep, right? This is like the typical frame of intent-based setting where you need to give them an aha moment, right? That's a given. That's a given. You need to give them an aha moment in the DMs. So we need to ask ourselves, okay, current situation, based on this, his current situation is him making a shift from tech sales into high ticket sales. That's his current situation. His current situation is not
okay.
working in tech sales, it's making a shift from tech sales to high ticket sales. You see what I mean,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
So
seeing.
you did a great job, but you basically couldn't figure out what the current situation is with this guy, and that's from making the shift from tech sales into high ticket sales. And this should have been your entire conversation. Your entire conversation should have been around this part, this one, right? Every
Okay.
question you ask, everything you say, and all that cool stuff. Again, current situation, goals, challenges. Did we get any challenges out of him in this conversation? No, right? We have no challenges. We have nothing like that. Did we get his current situation? We didn't get his current situation. We got what's been happening with him over in his tech job, but not his current situation of making the shift from one thing to another thing. So we didn't even truly get the current situation. We didn't even truly get the challenges. In terms of goals, I don't think so. We've ideally 5 to 10K a month, right? But again, it's not deep enough, right? So we didn't even truly get the goals. And the biggest thing was the entire conversation felt very, it's like what every other DM setter would do. It lacked the foundations of intent-based setting, which is like you need to be very natural with it. It needs to flow very smoothly. And the only way you can do that is by the things that I've taught you in the past, right? And we also did not give them any aha moment, right? An aha moment in
Okay.
simplest form is them getting clarity about their situation, right? So let me give you an example. How the fuck do I remove this? Okay, this is how you remove it. Okay, so let's break it down. The way I would have gone about it is something like this. I would have focused on the from on his shift from the tech sales into high ticket industry. For example, he said the sales cycles are very prolonged, right? Now, again, read between the lines. What does this indicate? What emotion does this indicate? You need a lot of patience, very long sales cycles. Tech sales is tough. The only emotion that I can get from this guy is frustration. He's frustrated, right? So what I would do is I would double down on that. Why are the cycles long? That's your number one question that you should be asking yourself as you look at this conversation. Because again, you said, yeah, man, I hear you, tech sales can be tough. Have you been in tech sales? Most likely not. Have I been in tech sales? Most likely not. I have no fucking clue why it's tough. Right? So why are the sales cycle long? Is it because the packages are like too high ticket? Is it because the team suck? What exactly is happening, right? Why are the sales cycle long? He might have given you a couple of things, or it's higher ticket. Sales team is bad. XYZ could have given you like a bunch of shit that you can work with. Let's go with the higher ticket. If he said, the packages are like maybe let's say 100K or more, 100K plus, I would have said, I mean, bro, that's like if it's a 100K package, of course it makes sense. The cycle would be a little more prolonged. But I mean, like, what sort of commissions are you getting? Like, is it just base and commission or just commission? Again, I know that he's frustrated with the long cycles, but the way I think about it is if I'm working with an offer, even if they're closing, it's taken them like a month to close a lead. If I'm making 20K a month, I'm not going to question anything. I'm happy. take a month to close. If I'm making 20K a month, I'm very happy, right? So if he's making the shift, he's most likely not making as much as he want to make. And that's what I want to figure out, right? So I would talk about his compensation, right? I would say like 100K is great. Like what does the compensation look like? Like, is it base plus commission? Is it just commissions? He would have said, oh no, bro, it's actually base plus comes, but the comes are lower, as he mentioned later on. He would have said less than 1%, right? Less than 1%. This is the moment where I would over exaggerate, right? I would say, bro, less than 1%. If I do quick maths, and this is what I love doing, right? Doing quick maths while I'm chatting with them, is if we just go here, and let's say we go with like 1%, let's go with a higher end, 750, right? Let me go here. He said on average, the setter is collecting about 750. But how do you, man, I need to learn the Zoom shit. He said on average, the guy is collecting 750, an average setter, 755K, which means he's only making about 750 a month incomes, right? Once I would have figured that out, then I would have doubled down on what's, again, he would have said that's the exact reason that I'm making the shift. After this, you know already what I would say. I would say something like, I mean, bro, that's outrageous because, you know, within the high ticket sales space, you know, people are making 750 a day selling like 10K packages, right? Even lesser than that. So it's freaking insane that you're making like 750 after selling like a 100K package. He would have said, exactly, bro, that's the main reason that I'm trying to make this shift. Now, when he says that, that's where you need to figure out what he's currently doing to make his shift as smooth as possible. So is he applying to offers? How is he applying to offers? Is he using Facebook groups? Is he like networking with people? How long has he been doing that for? For 4 months? How many offers have you gotten? I've gotten like 4 offers so far. Okay, were they good? No, they were not good. That's why I'm still with the offer. Then I would have said, do you see it? Do you see why you're still not able to make a lot of money within this space, even after being within the space for 4 months now? He would have said, no, like maybe I'm procrastinating. I would have said, no. It's because you're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result each time, knowing that you've been doing this for 4 months, you got 4 offers, and all of them were bad. That's what Einstein called insanity. That's the aha moment. That's him realizing, shit, he's right. Like, I need a different strat. Like, I need something new. Like, I'm just freestyling it. I'm swinging it. It's not working. And that's when you propose the call. It's like, hey, man, I mean, you've already been sales. You've already been sales. You know how this works. I know I can help you. Would you be down to jump on a call sometime this week? Right? Again, good role play, but a few areas of improvement. And I feel like you need to, like, your main focus, Shane, for now is learning how to read between the lines. Current situation, again, the current situation is not him being in tech sales. It's him wanting to move from tech sales to high ticket sales. That's his current situation. Right? So my brand is doing 10K a month right now, but I want to make 50K a month. Right? Him wanting to go from 10K to 50K a month, that's his current situation. His current situation is not making 10K a month, that's his past. He did that 10K. His current is moving from 10K to 50K. Does that make sense? Right? So oftentimes you take the past situation, you look at it as the current situation, and you just dig deep with that, and oftentimes it doesn't do you any benefit. Rather, the way I look at it is current situation is basically them, wherever they are today to where they want to be, that's the current situation. So you want to basically talk about all that in one conversation about their goals and where they are today. The other thing that I would say, Shane, is again, if something doesn't make sense, very long sales cycle, if something genuinely doesn't make sense, you go deeper within that. Right? If it doesn't make sense, you ask a question. Don't agree with them. Never assume in sales when there is a way to find out. There are 10 more SDRs. It's a really big company. How much revenue? Again, by the way, this is, so let me give you some compliment as well. This is great. What's the commission? This is fucking great. No resignation, nothing. Straight question, because again, he gave us enough information. I want to come off as a leader, so I would just ask, what's the commission? I wouldn't resonate in every single sentence. So he did that here, great. Bada bada boom. and then you just take it on from there. And then it's clear you have dedication. So this is again that hot and cold kind of situation, right? Where you ask them a bunch of questions, you bash them up, you bash them up, you bash them up, and as soon as you feel like sales pressure can be created, you basically give them a compliment, right? And then you bash them again. So good job. You've done a few things right, but again, just read between the lines better. If something doesn't make sense, you ask that. And rather than complicating it, just keep the fundamentals of intent-based setting in mind and just kind of make the most out of it. Just have like a checkbox. Current situation, okay, that's done. Goals, that's done. Okay, challenges, that's done. Did I give them the aha moment in the DMs? Okay, that's done. Does that make sense, Shane?
Yeah, this was really helpful. Very.
Absolutely, bro. Like the only way that I can help you guys or give you as much value as I can is if you guys come up to me with role plays, with conversations, being like, hey, this is a conversation. What do you think about it? I'm going to review it for you and I'm going to give you the feedback that you need to improve, right? So I'm glad you came up with a conversation. Again, all of you, if you guys can have role plays, send them to me. That would be great. That's like one of the best way that we can grow together as a team. Tracy, what's up?
Hey, yeah, I'm just watching here. Not much to add to that, obviously. I started watching the videos in the school group.
Yeah, foundational DM setting training. For those of you that don't know, bro, Tracy is one of my favorite setters within the entire space. Worked with her in the past, an absolute stud. And really excited to help you out. We need to jump on a one-on-one though, and that's. Let me ask you this, Tracy. So, when I was chatting with you, you said you need about 2 weeks notice. So you're gonna be with your offer for the next 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
Okay, okay. I might have a couple of offers. I'm gonna talk with this guy called Valentine Junger. I don't know if you've been in touch with him. He's looking for a great DM setter. I'll put in the word for you. Again, if he's looking to hire someone ASAP, then perhaps it might take a bit of time. But if he can wait
Mhm.
for a few weeks, then we can make that shift for you, or else we're just gonna get you placed in on a better offer. On top of that, we do need a one-on-one to create a custom plan for you, right? So when would you be available for a conversation this week?
Uh, I guess tomorrow should be fine. I mean, I can just
Okay.
uh yeah, tomorrow is fairly open. So tomorrow morning, well, what's your I'm in Eastern, right? So around
Okay.
10 a.m. is good.
Around 10 a.m. Let me. Bada bada
I'm
boom.
Eastern.
Yeah, we can do 10 a.m. Let's aim
Okay,
for
so
10
yeah.
a.m. 10 a.m. Tracy.
Ah,
Perfect.
wait, sorry. Can I make it to Friday instead?
Friday. So I can do Friday, but that would be a bit later
Yeah, that's fine.
within the day.
That's fine.
So
Yeah, that's
sounds
fine.
good. Would maybe 4 p.m. Eastern work with you Friday? 4 p.m.
Yeah, yeah, 4
Sounds good.
p.m. Eastern would
Uh,
work Friday. Yeah.
Sounds good. One on one. There we go. But again, guys, we're going to be changing the times of our Q&A session. One of on Wednesday, it's going to be at the same time as today. The Monday is most likely going to be 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone, a bit later in the day, so as you know, as many people as we have can join in, make the most out of it. On top of that, have a lot of role plays. Send them over to me. Let's make the most out of it, and let's keep crushing it. Sounds good?
Awesome.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
For
Yeah,
sure.
sounds good.
Absolutely. Ivika, send me over your tracker, by the way. Again, send me your tracker. I want to have. I know exactly what you're doing on a day-to-day basis with looms and everything else. Sounds good?
Yeah, sure, man.
For sure, bro. For sure. Have a good one, guys. Take care and keep crushing it. Bye.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
you
Bye.
too.
For sure.
Thank